All right, everybody. Let's do this. This is probably the most important offseason we've ever had, and I have said that a few times. But my goodness, I cannot believe we missed the playoffs. Now, the LA Kings win the lottery. Carolina has the 14th pick thanks to the John Marino trade. The question is, did we make the right move? Because we turned a first plus into John Marino, which then turned in a way, to Quinn Hughes. In theory, that will work out just fine. Shout out to the Calgary Flames, by the way, who really won the lottery there, thanks to the Ottawa Senators. We did have 2 scouts as well for the first time. We get to retired players, which features Patrick Kane, Anze Kopitar, Jonathan Toews, Ryan Getzlaf. Max Pacioretty finishes with 999 points. Poor Patches. Poor Patches. As you get a look at some of the notable names as well. Kiss, yeah, probably, because it takes a second to update. Defensively, yes, Victor Hedman retired. Yes! Although, Victor, God, I'm so sorry the Lightning put you on waivers. It fucked you out of another ring. That sucks. But Victor Hedman retired. We don't have to worry about anything. Yossi and Carlson are also gone. Oof. But Victor Hedman retires as a Penguin. So that's fun. And then in goal, Carey Price, #1 goaler. Bobrovsky, Varlamov, Holtby, and others all call it quits. Carey Price with 486 career wins. So those are the players to retire. Looks like we'll have some new staff members. Getzlaf becomes the coach. That's it, actually. So to the draft we go. We will have some information out there. I don't even know how many draft picks I have. He might still get one, but he didn't get to raise the cup on the ice. The Canucks are moving Jake Chychrun, which is hilarious. Now, in terms of draft picks, how many do we even have? 2, 3, 4, 5. And we don't have one until the 78th. Oh, God. Now, in terms of trading up, there's no way to trade up here. Like, we're basically boned. Unless I see somebody on our board that I have information on later on in the round that I think I could get that would be a steal. Again, I'm allowed to trade up once. There is Sean Wood. Confirmed 2 years out. He might be worth trading up to get. Do we have anybody else before that 78th pick? God. What the hell were our scouts doing? I know it's just the 2 of you, but Jesus. What the hell were you doing? It's Andrew Cowan. No weaknesses, 3 years out. Chara comp, but not confirmed. There's Dakota Petrangelo. No weaknesses, unconfirmed, 3 years out. Oh my God. Okay, well that's not real. Like, there's no way. Okay, we might have to trade up to take a chance on Goddard. We'll be looking at the second round and in the 50s. There was also Matthew Craig, who might be okay. Okay, so around the 50s is where we'd look to trade up. Grizz, what's going on, buddy? It's 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 61. No, 51. 2, 3, oh God. We gotta go with that Vegas pick to play it safe. So this is, yeah, Grizz, I went out a couple of people because people, make presumptions, and I'd rather have people be like, wow, that guy seems like a defensive asshole, I'm not going to check out his rosters, than having someone else just be like, oh, this guy said his roster sucked, so I didn't check him out. Is that the right approach? I don't know. It's what I do, though. Okay. In terms of a trade, Monk! Sweet, beautiful Monk with the 5 gifted. You'll love to see it, as P.O. Joseph still shows up as the top 4, by the way. Monk, what's the occasion? Oh, that's right. I said I wouldn't cry if Elon Musk died. That's right. I forgot all about that. It's true. Wouldn't shed a tear. Nor do I think anything of value would be lost.
taste the biscuit.
I think if we trade Robbie Arventi for that pick, we're looking good. I think we are. So let's let the Kings make this selection. 84 overall. Good lord. Good lord. Let's go make this deal with Vegas. Monks, you didn't even have to do that because legit I didn't even remember, but thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well tonight. Robbie Arventi. I'm good to move on from you. In exchange for a second. Big boss, you couldn't pay me to listen to that. If I could also pick up Polasek, that'd be pretty cool. So Robbie Arventi for that second rounder and Murray Polasek just to get somebody in the deal. Rejected, really? Not think they'd reject that. I guess they don't actually want to get rid of Polasek. You're obviously not going to get any of my bigger prospects. However, Mangon, Ivanins, and McKee. What do you think about that trio? There we go. All right, cool. So we do use our one trade up. It'll be in the second round. The question is, I have two other trades I can use here, as we are going to be well below the floor at the moment. That brings us up to 6 total draft picks. Nice shirt. Basis, thank you. This is one of 4 ghost shirts that I own. Palasek sounds like a weird new Pokemon. You're not wrong. Okay. In terms of someone that has value that we'd like to get rid of, I really don't think that Pope and Danner are going to be much. Like 7 or 8. Damn. I would have 7 or 8 if I could, but how many black t-shirts can you own? The answer's never enough. But, you know, what are you going to do? God. There's nobody here I necessarily immediately want to get rid of. It's just the question of who do I think isn't going to make it. I might as well just hold on to people. So I think we're good. Example, wrestling t-shirts. Yeah, no kidding. Okay. I think we're good. Let's just make our draft picks and hope for the best. I don't really think there's anybody that I have to get rid of. So let's sim to our deal here, maybe. Sucks nobody's on PS5 for franchise. I mean, if you're talking like in terms of like rosters that are out there, there's got to be somebody half decent out there. I know PS4 is covered, Xbox One's covered. Ooh, Lalim still out there. We packaged together some prospects to pick up Lalim finally. I think that sounds like a good deal. Goodrow and Lindholm, but I can't guarantee I'd have space for them. Like, why take the medium 6 that's a toss-up when I could get the medium elite, who he might be a toss-up as well, but he's got a bit more of a higher chance. There's also Lupul, but again, he sucks. As we talked about in the regular season, there's Delisle from the Devils. He's even worse. Pelech and Pollock are both still available from the Islanders. You have to wonder for how long. Also, Andrei Svechnikov is out there. Remember when he was on our team. Now, Pollock is a right defenseman. But again, he is super similar to Marino. His value is dropped, too. Man, I'd really like to pick him up, though. If I'm being honest. And in Philadelphia with Svechnikov, we absolutely made the right choice to get rid of Svechnikov. Yeah, he has struggle bust big time in Philadelphia. Chikrin and Marino are back out there on the block again. That's crazy. You know, Lalim is an interesting one. Young defensive defenseman with an X factor. On the flip side, I don't have the value. As much as I'd love to trade for Marino and Ryan Pollock, I don't have the value to do it. I can't even joke about having the value to do it. Let's let Calgary select 3rd overall, and I am going to try to pull off a trade with the Anaheim Ducks, as this draft class is stacked. Jesus. Still nobody under an 83 OVR taken so far. Let's go for Lalim. And are there any other fringe prospects that I am uncertain of? Again, Pope comes to mind, Danner. And it's like, if I'm going to be uncertain about these guys, I might as well just take the guy that's a medium elite, right? We give up Pope, we give up Danner. Or we wait to see if these guys are going to make it. I'm gonna keep our guys. So let's send to our picks here then. Pick number 51. It's our first pick of the draft here in the the second round. And we are looking at this person here. There is no goddamn way that Tristan Goddard's gonna be that good. But we have to risk it. We're in that situation now. We have to risk it. Tristan Goddard, how good are you? You know, our scouts didn't do a whole hell of a lot, but that's a pretty decent pick. Oh my god, he actually has the X factors. Oh, hey Toogie, why are you running a series where you limit how many scouts you can get? I have 2 scouts, and I still got a guy with 5 fucking abilities in total. That's why. I have to play this on hard mode. God damn. Dude, he has everything that you would want in relation to dominating with the puck in his control. Tristan Goddard. What a pick. I mean, you look at the guys who are taking, like, Ludman's not bad, Pelletier. And to answer the question on how franchise, it's still franchise. You know, that's been my big explanation to a lot of people that seem to think that I claim that, like, my custom rosters are a miracle worker. Like, you guys have seen it if you've watched this stream as we've played through. What a pick for the Jets, by the way. You can only set things up so well. At the end of the day, franchise mode is still going to franchise mode. The AI are still going to be dumb and scratch certain players. Case in point, the AI are still going to be dumb and do things they shouldn't do. Holy hell. The AI are still going to do weird line combinations. That means Mika Zibanejad and Chris Kreider play on the 4th line for a season, for the lols. You know, there's only so much you can do at the end of the day to set up the rosters. And my attitude of it is, nice 77 grinder there. I feel really confident in the overalls that we have. Some overalls might be higher than someone will ever think that they should be, and someone might get paid more than they ever would. But at the end of the day, you do have people IRL that get paid way more than they should, and you have guys who get underpaid. It's the nature of sports. So, and then you throw it all into this blender of whatever the hell franchise mode is on a given year, where you can have the same exact settings, and then one year a team will suck for no reason, which means all their players suck and they try to trade them. You know, you can't, it is virtually impossible to accurately replicate what is happening in real life in this video game. Virtually impossible. Good luck if you think you can set it up properly to try. The only guarantee you would have is dropping everyone on Arizona and Montreal down to a 60. That's your best bet. You know, aside from that, good luck. Round number 3. Hello. Jonathan Connor. Good point total on Flint. No weaknesses. Potentially 4 years out. Bucieris, Robinson Co. Again, we have no information on any other of these guys, but Connor. Also, I do realize I think I technically just scrolled down too far on that last pick. But I couldn't trade with the it's fine.
For you.
It's fine. You know, we're good to go. Traveling bro, thinking of another chance the salary cap works in $25, making like $18 million a season. I mean, it makes sense. The salary cap would naturally go up, though. So if we don't take Connor, I'd have to trade down. Sounds like Bedard's going to make Canada. No shit. It's one thing to not take Brant Clark. Imagine not taking Connor Bedard. Oh my god, we got nothing here. Let's go for Connor, who can count as our left wing pick in this draft. Yeah, medium 9, 61, not that bad. We'll move on. 4th round. Not allowed to scroll down. So I wanted to trade down. Is there anybody who's like a slam dunk for me to trade down for? No. So, let's see what we got here. We don't want to take the wingers. It's all defensemen. You got Ruben Pavelski, who is trash. Rylan Hines, not too bad. 6 and 16. Fuller, not so much. Jacobs is dual position, which is always useful. And then Desbiens had 20 points. So it is either we're going with Rylan Hines on Prince George, or we take Matthias Jacobs because he's dual position, and I think that we're going to take the Swede here. Again, dual positions. So we're going to go for Hines. You know what? Dual position's nice. Let's go for Rylan Hines. I like the look. I shouldn't have liked the look. Hopefully Jacobs wasn't that good. I'm kind of afraid to find out just how good Jacobs was. How good was Jacobs? Okay, he was equally trash. We didn't have a good choice there no matter what. Is there anybody else to be okay, there is a goalie named Lucas Wilm. Now is the time to trade down. He's going to be gone just before we get there. So round 6. Let's make a trade with Buffalo. We've traded up once, now we're trading down once. What can I use to get this deal done? Honestly, I like Luke Prokop, I like Ansons, but we're never going to use these two at the NHL level, or Hamiluk. And apparently they don't have the room to do those deals. We can give up Hines, who we literally just drafted. And Connor. What about just Hines? Is that enough? No, Sweeney, just a touch. Let's go for Hines in a 7th. Done deal. Alright, cool. So with this pick, we have to take somebody. Either a right D or a center. So we have Tuukka Suominen, who didn't even play that much. Well, I guess off of pure necessity, it's going to be Cooper Blaine. So we'll take him. And he is not very good. That brings us to this pick here. There was a goalie by the name of Joel Walters. Where is that other goalie? Oh my god, I fucked up in sim. Okay, so he was a 47 medium elite. He went the pick before. Son of a bitch. He went with the very pick before ours. He just would have had good trade value. We still need a goalie. We will take Joel Walters with this pick. Who's a medium backup. Ugh, well, that completely backfired, trading down then. And our final pick needs to be a right defender, so congratulations to Orlando. Don't call me Oscar Wilde, who is trash. So, all in all, that draft was terrible for us outside of our first pick in Goddard. Absolutely terrible. But that's okay. We look ahead now. So we are going to have some coaches and such to re-sign, but we look ahead. Goalie-wise, we're not going to sign Vyacheslav Simonov. He is terrible. He was a 4th round pick in 2025. Hot garbage. He's out. We will qualify Goodrow and Schnattinger, and we will look for a good goalie elsewhere. On defense, Salmonson and Brouwer, we will qualify. From there, it gets a bit rough. Pope we'll hold on to. Graham Sword I want to hold on to. Emil Vero I'm not so sure anymore. Langlois makes sense to hold on to. Prokop I'm not sure. Belovo I'm not sure. McCleary I'm not sure. Regier isn't that good. Sorry to Cameron Regier, former 3rd round pick. We're going to drop you, I think. So we'll wait to see what happens. So Connor Corcoran hasn't been... Again, he was pretty good this season, but last year he was kind of trash. And there's Ben Roger, who still has a bit of a chance to get better. We'll keep Ben. Corcoran's kind of the toss-up right now. So is Emil Vero. Vero wasn't awful, but he also wasn't great. And we could give that spot to somebody who could get better. So we're going to say goodbye to Emil Vero. I hate to do it, but Luke Prokop as well. We're going to move on from him. We will hold on to Beliveau. We will hold on to McCleary to not disrupt chemistry too much. But I hate to say it, Connor Corcoran is on the outs. He's competing directly with Ben Roger, and we're going to side with Ben Roger. On that right-hand side, Joakim Kamel's an RFA. That's scary. And we nearly have Mr. Bryant Parks, who is about ready to sign. We'll keep Cohen Zemmer, because he's been solid. Christensen can get his ELC. Left-hand side, Sam Poulin doesn't want to come back, but he's an RFA, so he doesn't have a choice. Hamiluk was a trade tack on, so he can go. Vasainen wasn't awful. Hold on to him. Anson's, we got to move on from you. There's really no potential at this point. And then Don Donald, we have to keep because his name is Don Donald. And at center, Dvorsky. Hirvonen, we tried at center a couple of times. Inconsistent. Didn't exactly set the world on fire in the AHL. Would have to be played on the 4th line. Sveshkovsky, 10 points in 48 games. I don't know what the hell to do here. We got this big group of like 25-year-olds, and to be honest, I think I'm going to cut every single one of them. We'll see what's out there. See who else is out there. We'll keep Larson. We'll keep Johansson. We will keep Vidashek. We will probably drop for Sean. Yeah, we're going to drop for Sean. All right. So Don Donald signs, Hobby Boulin. So we have about $40 million in cap space. We do still have people to sign. We got about $40 million in cap space here. So Roger signs, Goodrow, Langlois, Beliveau, Vidasek, McCleary, Sword, Johansson, Schnattinger, Larson, Pope. And let's see who's out there for free agents. That's the big question. Because in terms of money, we are 17,000 feet under the floorboards in terms of being below the cap floor. And you lag is a bitch. Is P.O. Joseph still a top 4? He is. We'll see what he is by the beginning of next season. Goalies, Spencer Knight and Lukas Dostal. Both, wow, Spencer Knight's still an RFA. Wow, that would be a crap load. I don't even have the picks because we don't have next year's first. So UFA-wise, Lukas Dostal is out there. So is Grubauer. And I think it's a no-brainer. We're going after Dostal. We need that high-end goalie. And if it means having to trade out Scrimes for Dostal, then so be it. But Dostal's our guy. Defensively, in terms of RFAs, when like Forcemark is out there, I'd have to lower it. Guans is out there. Brower's ours. Ahanen's out there. We could try to steal away some of those RFAs. UFA-wise, Sam Girard's looking for the big money. He's maintained his production. Obviously, though, well, he's a lefty righty. I'd love to get Sam Girard for that right-hand side. Honestly, I can afford it, too. Keandre Miller's a free agent, but I can't afford him. Then John Carlson at his advanced age. He can still put up points. And Damon Severson's not brutal at putting up points. Also got Matt Dumba. Romanov can play that right-hand side. Not overly impressed with his numbers. Got Severson, Dumba, Johansson. We got to think about how much money to spend here. But we have options. And then there's like Giordano and Price, but nothing too crazy. I think we got to aim high. We got all that cap space. I think we got to aim high here. So for the forwards, in terms of RFAs, New Hook, and then Poulin's ours, Kamel's ours, Dvorsky's ours. For UFAs, Brendan Brisson is hitting the open market for dirt cheap. Vegas just never used him properly. I don't know if we have space for him, though. But the big names, Martin Necas, Heischer, Ryan O'Reilly. Chris Kreider's out there. All I see is that we have almost $40 million to spend. Defensively, it is Hughes and Joseph on the left, Salmonson, Brouwer on the right, and then a complete toss-up. For the forwards, at the moment, it is Gensel, Kachuk, Thomas locked in. Second line is locked in as Holloway, Stenberg, Poulin. So right now, as far as I know, I only have room for a third liner. Or we'd have to get rid of somebody. So the idea of like bringing in Ryan O'Reilly isn't there. However, who was on the third line there? And would Brendan Brisson fit since he's a center? He might. He might. Brendan. It's a left wing. Could end up being Sam Aremba. So we need a really good left wing. Or we go for a prospect at forward. And again, RFA-wise, I don't really have the money or the options for anybody to kind of troll another team with an offer sheet. So Verano wouldn't work. Anthony Mantha. Foodie wouldn't work. Sprong wouldn't work. You got Mantha, Chandler Stevenson. Remember when we had Chandler Stevenson on this team? It feels like forever ago. It's been 2 full seasons without him since he went to Nashville. You got Filipino. Brad Marchand would be great if we know for sure he'd be a third pairing guy. Mantha is not quite what I'm looking for. Honestly, he's not that bad, though. Like, he should be able to put up points. Very physical, very defensively responsible. Stevenson is the same. In a way, he's just cheaper. Brits, hello. You're at the Bruins-Flames game. The better team won. Muhahaha. Filipino, capable of putting up points. It's not really the role we'd have him in. I'd love to bring in Marchand. Tuck. Anderson. Alex Ovechkin. I think we have our target. And then again, there's Hagel out there who we had last year. When in doubt, bring in the legend. $5.5 million for Ovi. I'm good with that. We're gonna send Ovi a deal. And then here comes the craziness. Right defense, it is either getting into the mix for Sam Girard or going after John Carlson. Girard's one of the ratings that people massively disagree with, and again, that's all well and good. The only thing I'm thinking is like, okay, Carlson makes sense, but Girard, honestly, for the money, shouldn't be that bad. And we have the money to burn. Do we make the big play to have a top pair of Quinn Hughes and Sam Girard? I don't remember what Girard was to begin, what he was to begin with, but I think we go after Sam Girard. We just throw our name into the hat, give him what he wants, and if he turns it down, we go after John Carlson. So we will see what happens with Girard.
I guess we all have future pants.
And then in goal,
The pants we're going to wear tomorrow.
we will also see what happens with Lucas Dostal,
After that.
who I am going to offer a 6-year deal to for $8 million. Risky, 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 but we are going to go for the big money names here. Let's see what happens. I do also need to pay attention to coach that. And we get to hire one more scout, as I just remembered. And it will be, for scouts, it will be Nilstorp. So, people hate your ass, need to do Sims. I mean, that's the thing. Even the gameplay, though, I find is way the hell more fun. That just might be me.
And the day after that.
Alright, we need 2 coaches. More we'll go for. Oh, Brian Ovi already smashed the record. He's over 1,000 goals. He smashed it. We'll save that one extra spot. Here we go. The big names that are out there. No movement clauses involved. Nilstorp signed on as our scouts. Thank you, Jake Gensel. Here we go. Demore signs Alex Ovechkin. Welcome to the Penguins. Girard elects to go to Florida. Ovi signs. Dostal goes to the Blues. So the only guy that we get is Ovi. We will have to spin the wheel really quickly to see if we have to stay loyal to Ovechkin for the season. Fuck. Honestly, that's pretty bad news that we didn't get Girard or Dostal. That's actually very bad news. So for Alex Ovechkin, it is a 1-year deal. We've brought him into Pittsburgh, and, well, comes down to a simple yes or no as to whether or not we have to stay loyal to him for the entire season. And the answer is just barely yes. So Ovi is untradeable for this season. Who else is still out there? I need John Carlson out there. John Carlson's still there, thank God. Let's overspend to get John Carlson on this roster. Let's go 1 year, 10 mil. He's ancient, but he can still put up points. And we'll see if he takes that. And in goal, I really need a Dostal. We're gonna go after Nedeljkovic. He spurned us a couple of years ago. But we're going to hope that he's the right guy to bring into the fold. He's bounced around a bit since leaving Detroit. I can't go after Spencer Knight. He's an RFA. Or again, we just stay with who we have. I don't think Nedeljkovic is worth throwing away Scrimes for. Dostal, yes. Spencer Knight, yes. I don't think Scrimes is worth throwing away, though, for what he could be. For Alex Nedeljkovic, I just don't think he is. I know that kind of keeps us in the pattern of being stuck if it doesn't work. But I'm just not overly confident in it. We could bring in Dmitry Novoselicev. He's a shorter goalie. Yeah, Stuart Skinner is there. There's actually a couple of dudes listed at backup that could be worth it. Stuart Skinner. Could finally bring Tristan Jarry back after all this time. Jan Bednar. Bring Matt Murray back to Pittsburgh after all this time. Honestly, going for the meme might not be the worst option. Let's see if we get John Carlson. Carlson signs the Pittsburgh Capitals, as we're going to be known. I'm allowed one big goalie signing at this point, and then we have to wait until August 1st. I'm keeping an eye on the Delkovich. I don't know what to do. Because we need to make a change in goal, but every time I've gone after the big goalie in free agency, we don't land him. There is an offer sheet for Elias Salmonson that we will match. Why don't you play Hut? Because it's terrible. Dalibor Dvorsky also gets a cheap-ass deal from Dallas that will match. Sam Poulin signs. Signs. And we are very, very close to the 1st of August. And we'll see who else is out there. Cohen Zemmer signs. It's not bad. Alright, what are we left with? What are we left with? In goal. Damn. Still really hoping to see Nedeljkovic there. So right now it's fair game. We can go for anybody that we want to. Joakim Kamel is ours. Ishikov, we don't have space for, as we discussed. Our third line set up. Defensively, I would love to go after Braden Schneider. We could technically go after one of Helge Guans, but we cannot most likely pull it off. And then I'd love to go after Spencer Knight, but I don't have the picks. We don't have the picks. We don't have our first next year because I'm an idiot. Avro, thank you for the 2 on the Prime, by the way. Can I cheese this for Braden Schneider? That is the question.
Oh, good!
Second rounder for Braden Schneider is not a bad way to go. Welty, thank you for the follow. Honestly, Braden Schneider for a second. It's really not a bad way to go. Brower's already ours. Let's see if we can be sneaky here. Let's see if we can be sneaky. Why not? Why not? I mean, even if we bring in Schneider on a one-year deal and we flip him, he'll have more value than a second-round pick. So we're going to go for that. He had 16 goals last year. And then for Mr. the Guans, I'd have to lower this so the second rounder's not involved. That's a third rounder. What year are we on the Pens? Oh, the date's in the top right-hand corner. Okay. So the divide is right about here. Yeah. We'll offer up the third as well. Because again, the value for him is much higher than the value of a third rounder. We'll try to be sneaky with the players that are out there that are available to us here. Make use of offer sheets. And then in goal, I'm really leaning towards Stuart Skinner. Really leaning towards Stuart Skinner. I really wanted Lucas Dostal. He said no. He fucked off to St. Louis, which does not help. We are over the floor, though. So. God. We need another goalie. Problem is, I can't risk it anybody being better than Scrimes. Spoonar is already in a backup role. I think we're good there. I think we're good. And then defensively, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're definitely good defensively, especially if we bring in the RFAs. Which means we need forwards to help fill out this roster. Let's see if there is any like top prospects left. I doubt it. RFA-wise, there's definitely nobody. Forward-wise, Dika. Robbins. Oh, anybody have decent? You have Jack Finley. But he would have to play on the fourth line. He has no puck skills whatsoever, apparently. That's scary. He did have 18 points. I mean, big boy Jack Finley. Let's throw our name into the hat here. It's a risk, but we'll take it. And then you got a couple other guys that aren't that bad. I don't even know who this is. Alexander Sizdalov. I think I made him, but barely familiar with him. And then there's also Lutz, who we will look to sign. Julian Lutz, Bruins draft pick. So we'll leave it at that. Let's see what happens with these RFA defensemen. It's Finley signed immediately, which is nice. Schneider says yes, but we don't know if the Rangers are going to match. Same for Guans. Says Dolov signs, Lutz signs. So here we go. What's going to happen with the RFAs? Braden Schneider is acquired for a second-round draft pick. Helge Guans is acquired for a third. That is a good bit of business there. Instantly improves our defense, which means it'll probably be worse somehow. But as long as P.O. Joseph stays as a top 4 defender, it's Hughes and Carlson, Joseph and Schneider, Solomonson and Guans. I think I might have too many right defensemen. I didn't expect them all to sign. I do have too many right defensemen. So I'll have to make a choice there. But hey, we'll just go with the best of the bunch at that point, and then Brouwer can play the left. Perfectly cool with that. It gives us a chance if we have to move out Solomonson or somebody like that, so be it. But it gives, or we could just use John Carlson as a cap whale. But it gives us the best chance possible, which I am very happy to have. RFA-wise, let's seal the deal here with Joachim Kamel. You recommend for PS5 roster. I don't have an exact name for PS5 rosters, unfortunately. Honestly, I just recommend checking out the top downloaded and seeing who's out there. We do also have a decision on Bryant Parks, but right now I don't think we have room for him, so we'll probably leave him unsigned for one more year. Let's get those 2 other deals done. There we go. All right, let's take a look at what this team might be heading into this next season. Lot of changes, I predict. Lot of changes, as is the usual. On a year-in, year-out basis. I do want to see how good Parks is. It's an 81. That is a tough player to not sign for one more season. It's a real tough player to not sign. Scrimes and Spoonar, 83 and an 80, I think we're good. We technically could have signed a starter goalie and still would have been good, though. Defensively, yes. Okay, so we still get to rock with Hughes and Joseph, which is great. But obviously, 6 defensemen, 7 spots. One of our right defense, or 7 defensemen, 6 spots. There we go. Left-hand side is Hughes, Joseph, and Brouwer. I'll slow down. Carlson, Schneider, Guans, and Salmonson. One of them has to go. It obviously won't be John Carlson because of his trade value. He's still a freak offensively. Schneider, that's a good amount of goals last year. He has a good shot. He's pretty solid defensively. And then Legrand's is very well-rounded. And of course, Salmonson, we already kind of know what he can do. He's also pretty well-rounded. So we do have to make a choice on who gets traded there. We'll have to do that pretty early in the season. And then forward-wise, again, it's Gensica, Chuck Thomas, Stenberg, Holloway, Poulan, Dvorsky, Ovechkin, Kamel. And then the fourth line, we have to make a choice between Finley and Lutz, excuse me, which means Finley will likely be traded, with Lutz being younger. So we need a left wing and a right wing. And it makes sense to have Oremba and Zemmer be given the opportunity again. So this team should be competitive again. We'll come up with the goals a little bit later. But an early look at what this team is. This team has no reason to not be competitive. And again, if we take out Jack Finley and go for Lutz, that's looking like what the forward core will be. We add Ovechkin on the team, for God's sakes. And then defensively, again, man, Hughes and Carlson. I did not have an afternoon stream today, unfortunately. If it's not Schneider and it's the Guans. Salmonson's not the guy to get rid of. Schneider's better than Grons, I think. He's got the X factor. So I think we know who's going to be left out. I mean, this team should dominate, let's be honest. These two are the ones on the outs. We can explore that super early trade. And in the AHL, Schneider and Goodrow. Kadri, still kind of the odd man out. Defensively, I mean, Bixel and Rogers, Sword, Gibson, Langlois, and Danner. We might have to make a choice there. I think Graham Sward's going to have to get called up into a depth role. I like Polasek. We don't have to emphasize him, but Pope needs to play. Yeah, Pope absolutely has to play. So I guess we know Graham Sward will get called up. And then forward-wise, also looking okay. I don't really think I have anybody that I need to absolutely sign. I don't. If anything, I need to sign a few more depth options for the AHL. So we know what trades we're going to explore. We kind of know what this team is going to look like. I think it's going to take a little bit too much time to kind of look at the trade options tonight, though. But I think we're looking okay. We're looking okay is the best way to describe it. But depending on what our goals are for the season and depending on how the hell this game wants to sim for us, well, hey, shit. We could still be in trouble because that's how this game works, isn't it?